Hello and welcome back to the new video. Today I will break down the LCD effect and show you how you can make it in Blender as realistic as possible, so you can make real looking screens and bring your renders to the next level. So for the first step to achieve the effect we want, we need that pixel texture with all RGB channels for color separation. This is pretty much easy to make it, but you can of course download it from the internet to save some time. Now for the actual workflow. I'm going to demonstrate the effect on my recent projects that is not completed yet, but just for the presentation is more than enough. As you probably noticed, there is a screen part on the model, so I will use that to make the pixelation. When you have the object selected, go to the shading tab. We will spend the most time here. Also, I recommend naming the objects to avoid confusion. Now for the screen itself. Create a new material, delete the principled BSDF and add emission shader, because screens are naturally source of light. Now we will add our pixel texture. Also, if you had Node Wrangler enabled, select the image node and press Ctrl T. This will automatically add mapping and texture coordinates node. Because there is no UV map generated yet, select the object, go to edit mode and unwrap the mesh in order to align the texture in the middle. The true effect will appear when we tile the texture several hundred times, so play with the value. You can imagine the size vector as a display resolution. The higher value, the better resolution, and the sharper the projection on the screen will be. For the projection, you can use either image texture or video, it doesn't matter because it works with both. So, plug the UV input into the output of your video or your image texture, and scale the UVs to the size of your choice, ideally on the size that it's touching the corners. If you are using video, make sure that the option auto refresh is enabled so we can see the movement of the video in viewport. Also, adjust the frames to the length of your video or animation. As you can see, it's working, so let's move forward. Now we need to separate the color of the video/image to individual red and blue and green channels. Also, do the same thing for the pixel texture. Add math node and set it to multiply. We will multiply each channel with the subpixel color in order to create the LCD screen effect. The separation node will read the texture and convert the color to black and white texture. So by multiplying, we will multiply only the same colors. This will create the principle of the LCD effect. As you can see now, we have done everything correctly and the effect is working. You can now increase the strength of the emission if it's too dim, and you can also adjust the resolution to make the effect more disappear and to make the projection more sharper. So by now the screen part is done, but I want to enhance the realism a little further. So I'm going to make a thin glass layer above the screen. This will also create some sort of vertical repetition, which will boost the depth of your render. So duplicate the screen and add solidify modifier with minimal thickness. And for advanced realism and reflections, add bevel with few segments and shade it smooth. For the material, I'm gonna go with just a normal glass BSDF with roughness set to 0. But if you want to, you can add imperfections in form of bump and roughness, like fingerprints, smudges and scratches. Just keep in mind that the bump or the normal strength is not set too high. It's a free detail, but if you overdo it, it doesn't look good on the render. You can see the comparison between regular glass and the one with the imperfections on it. So now you know how to make LCD screen in Blender like a professional. But this is the only one of many useful things that you can learn about on this channel, including 3D, photorealism, product concept visualization, fantasy and sci-fi renders and much more. So if I satisfied you with this work, please consider subscribing or sharing, it would help me to monetize my video faster. I really enjoy making YouTube videos like this, but recently I've moved to a new place to study and passive income would come handy. All you can do for it is subscribing or sharing the video to your friends or community that would find these types of videos useful. As always, thank you for watching my video, it means a lot for me and see you in the next one, so stay tuned.